Okay, very nice. Very nice to know. And hope this will be very helpful for you. Though we are not spending much time because whatever number of participants we were expected, because of that technical glitch, we could not meet to that. But still, this event will be very useful for you because you are the result oriented person, wherein you are actually uh, finding those HR human resources. So we are
Yes,
building them and you are recruiting them. So very nice to connect with
yes.
you. Thank you.
Thank you. Same here. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. So anyone wants to share anything? Otherwise, we'll directly start with today's session. So I'm sharing my screen with you all. Just let me know if my screen is visible to all of you.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
visible.
Okay. So again, I welcome every one of you, and I really thankful to all of you for giving your time and joining this session. Now, actually, we might have connect many people, but you are the one who has taken the advantage of this particular event. So even I would like to congratulate you all because many people might have got this, but they have not availed this opportunity. But you have come across and availed this opportunity to attend today's event. So congratulations to all of you. Now, what exactly we are doing here is Neeta Training and Consulting Services is a company wherein we are running teachers training courses from last 5-10 years, and under that we have started this Education Connect initiative. So in Education Connect we are having two events. One is Art of Teaching and another is Ed Talks. Ed Talks is education talks wherein we are connecting with people who are successfully running their educational organization, and they have actually started their entrepreneur journey with a cause, with a purpose, wherein they are building some community and doing something good for society. So we will interview those people on this Ed Talk platform, and here we are understanding 21st century skills. Learners, what are at the point of view of learner, what all changes should be needed in this technological era, and for that particular purpose, what kind of skills teachers should actually have. So that are all things we are going to discuss in today's session. So let's discuss something about 21st century teachers and 21st century learner. So before starting this particular topic, I just want to share one of my experience. A few years back, when actually I was on a retreat, it was a invisible leadership workshop. Just let me understand, everyone is comfortable with English or whether I should tell in Hindi? हिंदी इंग्लिश एवरीवन कंफर्टेबल? किसी को अगर इंग्लिश में
Yeah,
प्रॉब्लम
that's
है?
fine. It's
फाइन.
fine.
कोई है जिनको हिंदी में बोलना जरूरी है, इंग्लिश में कुछ प्रॉब्लम है अंडरस्टैंडिंग के लिए, तो प्लीज मुझे बता दे, तो मैं इंग्लिश और हिंदी दोनों में बात कर लूंगी. सो ये, और हिंदी में तो किसी को प्रॉब्लम नहीं है ना? अगर मैं एक्सपीरियंस हिंदी में शेयर करती हूँ तो वो भी बता दीजिए. एनीवन हु डोंट अंडरस्टैंड हिंदी हियर? नो वन? ओके. तो जो
No, ma'am, it's
एक्सपीरियंस,
okay.
या मैम?
No, it's okay, ma'am. English is it's okay.
ओके ओके, थैंक यू. तो देखिए अभी 2-3 साल पहले मैं एक इनविजिबल लीडरशिप वर्कशॉप में गई थी. रिट्रीट था, बहुत बड़ा, एक 100 एकर्स का उनका पूरा एरिया था, और हमें अपॉर्चुनिटी मिली कि वहाँ के जो ओनर है उनसे हम मिले. एंड उनकी एक बेटी थी जो, जिन्होंने हमारा जो पूरा प्रोग्राम हो रहा था वहाँ पे बहुत ही अच्छा सुरीला गीत उन्होंने गाया था. तो being an educationist from last 15-20 years, actually I was very curious कि what she is doing and all. तो मैंने उनसे पूछा कि कौन से स्कूल में जाती है, क्या करती है. तो his answer, when I actually listen his answer at that moment of time, मैं पूरा मतलब शॉक हो गई, मेरी पैरों के नीचे से जमीन खिसक गई. तो उन्होंने कहा कि I don't believe in this formal education, and that's why I didn't send any of my child in school. Rather they are doing everything, whatever examination and all, whatever needed for building a good career. Yeah, they are giving examination from home itself, but I am not sending my children to school because I know the schools are spoiling their creativity. This was the answer he has given. And when actually I listened him, I was shocked like anything, because we are saying being an educationist, we are developing them, we are creating nation, but still there are, and he was a person like matlab ideal person, a great leader. And if he is thinking like that, and after that even I try searching such kind of people, so I find so many people around the nation, they don't believe in formal kind of schooling, and they actually have very very clear purpose that these teachers are actually scolding them and making some kind of fear kind of environment wherein they are not allowed to do any kind of mistakes. And as they are not allowed to do any kind of mistakes, under that fear they are losing their confidence, and they're losing their creativity, innovation, and they are living in fear. And because of that fear, they are becoming confidence less, otherwise they are not developing their interest in education. So this was the shocking thing for me, and that's how after that I started the initiative at that moment of time, that was Educational Kranti. And under Educational Kranti also, we are on the mission to train educators, because actually children mind are very very flexible. They can mold at any moment of time, but educators mindset needs to be developed properly in a right way. That is what is the need of our, why? Because even in my 20 years career, I met many of the teachers. They came to me, being a teachers training institute, they say, we know everything ma'am, just give me certificate. And that is the attitude actually they come up with. They don't have learning attitude. They don't have, actually they don't think they need something which will enhance them, upskill them. Even they are not ready to do that. Even if I'll share, I have worked with management institute. So we were having MBA, MCA department, and within that we used to do conferences, international conferences, and we used to spend lakhs and crores of rupees on the conferences. But what our teachers, what our professor used to do is, when the session started, at that moment of time, all the professors outside the lobby of that five-star hotel, they used to do chit chat, photo shoots, and all that kind of thing. All that kind of stuffs were going on. But that conference, not for us. It's for students. So that kind of attitude I have seen among people. Why this has developed? What do you think? Whether it needs to be changed, or it needs to be in the same manner? If you think that it needs to be changed, write S in the text box. If you think it should not be changed, whatever is going on is well and good, then say no. So just let me understand your opinion about this. If you also have such kind of experience wherein you might have come across with few people wherein they are not ready to upskill themselves, learn something. So yeah, these kind of people are there. So thank you, Sanjeev ji, Ashwini ji, for your response. So of course, even I have experience, even you might have experience, not only the school teacher, but the teachers who are taking some kind of classes, tuitions, even they having that kind of attitude wherein they would like to make those kind of controlling environment, wherein whatever kind of instruction they'll be giving, children needs to follow them as it is. And that kind of attitude our educators are having. We need to work something, we need to do something on these kind of attitude first, because if and only if we will change, do some kind of change on mindset, then and then only it will be possible. Because we are nation creators. All the professions, whatever profession exists, teachers are the only person who are teaching to them. We are only creating scientists, we are only creating politicians, we are creating every profession, whether it is doctor, whether it is engineers. So teaching is the first profession wherein children are starting their career. So if the educator, if the teacher is not having right mindset, then what will happen to this nation? So that is what is the big question mark. And that's why this mission, we are having on this mission wherein we would like to just work on few aspects of 21st century teaching and learning thing. Yes, anyone want to share anything? I can see some, yeah. So yes, responses are there. So let's move on to few of the skills which we require for 21st century. Prior to that, one quote: the greatest sign of success for a teacher is to be able to say, the children are now working as if I did not exist. So this is written by Dr. Maria Montessori. And Maria Montessori's education system was pediocentrism approach. Pediocentrism approach means child as a center, wherein she always say that teacher should have the role of directress only. Director is never come on camera, but he is behind the camera, and all the roles are played by the actors. But director is telling them each and every scene, how they need to act, how they need to speak, and everything. So our role is something wherein we are facilitating them, and that was in 18th century. Dr. Maria Montessori was told, but still in India we find that teacher-centric education system is there. Teacher is lecturing. Now, what is lecturing? Just those who are married, just tell me, if your wife or your husband is lecturing in front of you, how much time you will just listen to him? 2-3 minutes, hardly 5 minutes, 10 minutes? कितना सुनना चाहोगे? कोई लेक्चर अगर आपको करना चाहेगा तो कितना सुनना चाहेंगे आप? कितना पेशेंस है आप में? है पेशेंस? बहुत ज्यादा सुन सकते हैं किसी का लेक्चर? कोई आपको सिखाना चाहिए, अरे ये मत करो, वैसा करो, ऐसा मत करो, तुम ये गलत करते हो, वो गलत करते हो। अगर ये इस टाइप का अगर तुम्हें किसी ने बोरिंग लेक्चर दिया, तो क्या आप उन्हें सुनना चाहेंगे? और सुनना भी चाहेंगे तो कितनी देर तक? लेकिन बेचारे बच्चे, उनको तो हम आज टुगेदर सुनाते रहते हैं, लेक्चर देते रहते हैं। लेक्चरिंग इज द ओनली फॉर्मेट वी आर यूजिंग इन आवर एजुकेशन सिस्टम. So what do you think, whether we should have some kind of change within that lecturing kind of format? Whether, if you being a human, being a married person with your life partner, if you have to spend your whole life, the lovest person of your life, but still if you can't bear that person lecturing even for 5-10 minutes, how we can expect that the children should listen to us for hours together? 8 hours, 8 to 10 hours per day, if we are trying to just lecturing them, what will happen to their own skills? What will happen to their own creativity? And we are making them sitting idle. That is what is another punishment. We are still working on some kind of interactive teaching learning methodology, but still widely used one, the same one, that is lecturing one. Yeah, some noise is there from someone. Please be on mute. Who is on unmute? Shaligram sir. Okay. Anyone else? Please ensure that you all are on mute and you're not making any kind of disturbance. Okay, thank you so much. So let's move on to the 21st century skills and 21st century education system. So we teach people the way we were taught. Now, decades back, now, for example, if someone is starting their career at the age of 20, 25, 30, whatever it is, what kind of education they have got, what kind of methodology they were taught, in the same manner, actually what happens is they try to teach people. Is it the same format we are using from years together and decades together? Why it happens? Because everyone is having their own style of teaching. Now I'll again share one of my experience. um, I have done MCA, Masters in Computer Application, and when I joined the first institution, at that moment of time, the trend was whatever senior faculties will be there, they will choose their own comfort zone. Whichever subject they like to take, they will take only that. And whoever new faculty came, difficult, most complicated subject will be given to those faculty. The subject that no one can handle will be given to the most new or currently joined, who can't say anything. So that subject should be allocated to the newest one. And I was the new person, and I was not having any kind of experience to teach this kind of PG level students. MCA I have done, and I was teaching to MCA students. And at that moment of time, there was no kind of regulation. For example, for teachers, B.Ed and M.Ed and all kind of educations are there. In professional education, such kind of compulsory system was not there. So yeah, I started my class. I remember my first class, and at that moment of time, I was not knowing which books to be actually gone through and which kind of method needs to be used. So whatever I got, I just came prepared, and I was holding the book. That book publication, everyone was told that this publication should not be used, but that was according to syllabus. So I was using the same publication book. So then later on, a lot of drama has happened. She has used the some kind of publication which is not supposed to be used by the teacher, and all that kind of drama happen. Though student liked the session very much, but the only thing I was using some kind of reference which they think that it should not be referred, because it's a kind of textbook, and in PG we should not use textbook because we are having reference book. So some kind of Nirali publication and MS publication, few of the publications, they are printing books as per the syllabus, so that was not allowed. So I just started with that, and that was my first experience. And then whatever drama has happened after that, then I understood, okay, there are some kind of specification, but that I need to understand by myself. No one guide me that okay, this should be happened by this way. And networking was the subject. uh, Please be on mute. Someone is still on unmuted, I guess. uh, Taruna Sharma ji. Okay. So please remain on mute so that others will not get disturbed. So these are all kind of experiences I'm sharing because these are relevant to today's session. So this is how, if the educator, the person who is teaching, who is training, if he is not clear with the concept, something else may go, whichever is not suggested. So that's why we need to be prepared. And at that moment of time, if you remember our time, at our time, even though we don't like teacher, but we used to respect our teachers very much, because that was the trend. Because if I tell something, if I say bad word about my teacher, my parents will beat me like anything, and they will say कि तुमने ही कुछ गलत किया होगा, इसीलिए टीचर ने तुम्हें मारा होगा. And at that moment of time तो यही था ट्रेंड, तो इसलिए हम बहुत रिस्पेक्ट करते थे. लेकिन क्या अभी वो रिस्पेक्ट मिलता है? क्या अभी वो ट्रेंड है जहां पे आप कुछ भी बोलो आपके लर्नर को और आपका लर्नर सुन लेगा? लेकिन अब तो पेरेंट्स ही ज्यादा स्मार्ट हो गए हैं. पेरेंट्स अगर कुछ बच्चे को बोला, उससे पहले ही कंप्लेंट की धमकियां देने लगते हैं. तो ट्रेंड हैज चेंज, people mindset has changed, learners requirement has changed, innovation has actually made replace so many things now manually. Previously even information was a big challenge कि कहाँ से वो चीजें करें, लेकिन आज information एक फिंगर टिप पे अवेलेबल है सारी चीजें, और फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट. And there are several sources of information. So information is not a challenge, knowledge is not a challenge, but implementation, that is the only challenge, how to use. And again, excessive information, excessive of data at a very small age, that is again a problem which makes the confusion. So all these kind of things are there. For first thing, we need to understand ki whatever way we were taught, whether we should go with the same trend or we should change ourselves. We accept the change and we accept that okay, there is a need of change. So I guess you must be agree with this, we should change some of the techniques. So let's move on with the next thing. So how do you teach? आप कैसे पढ़ाते हो आपके स्टूडेंट्स को? क्या आप उसी वे से पढ़ाते हो जिस वे से लेक्चरिंग किया जाता था, जिस वे से हमें बताया जाता था, या आपने आपके टीचिंग को अपस्किल किया है? क्या आप वो सारे 21st सेंचुरी स्किल्स जो जरूरी है मार्केट में, वो जो जॉब्स पहले थे उस टाइप के जॉब्स अभी नहीं रहे हैं? इवन मार्केट का ट्रेंड चेंज हो चुका है, मार्केट्स की रिक्वायरमेंट चेंज हो चुकी है. जो जॉब्स पहले अवेलेबल होते थे उस टाइप के जॉब अभी नहीं है, और जॉब के जो भी पैरामीटर्स है वो भी चेंज हो चुके हैं. और एजुकेशन हमेशा फोकस करता है जॉब पे. जॉब पे हर कोई बोलता है कि आप हमें जॉब दिलाओगे क्या, बट व्हाई वी डोंट हैव दैट एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप kind of attitude? Why we are not building people who can actually build their empire and come in the Fortune 500 companies? Why every time they want job? Actually, if in India, if we'll see, जो एकेडमिक्स में बहुत अच्छा, बहुत ब्रिलियंट है और एकेडमिक में सबसे अच्छा परफॉर्म करते हैं, वो आईआईटी आईआईएम में जाते हैं, and then again they get recruited in very good company and they got very handsome salary. But we generally don't find people who are very good, excellent academic. They are coming up with their big empire. There are maybe there are few, but that is what is the trend. Maximum percentage they will do job. Then those who are college dropouts or not was not very good in studies, they were doing mischiefs, some kind of thing which is not very good as per the educationist. They came in business and then they formed the big empire, and then they recruit these people who were top in IIM and IITs. They learn and they recruit these people who were best in the academics, and that's how they run the empire. And again, if you'll come down, those who are even illiterate, they don't know anything and they are not even educated, they are running the country by getting into politics. And actually, this is the fact. So, yeah, today everyone is taking good education. We can't say that there is illiteracy, but yeah, a few years back, few decades back, that was the trend. Now, whatever example I have given, what you analyze from this, आपको क्या लगता है? 5 मिनट बाकी है हमारे पास, इसलिए थोड़ा सा पास जा रही हूँ, लेकिन आप आपके जो भी कमेंट्स है इसके बारे में आप शेयर कर सकते हैं चैट बॉक्स में. तो शुड द स्टूडेंट्स लर्न द सेम वे द टीचर्स डिड? आपको क्या लगता है, उसी तरीके से जिस तरीके से हम सीखे थे, बच्चों ने ऐसे ही सीखना चाहिए? जो भी आपका कमेंट है, जो भी आपका आंसर है, आप बता सकते हैं. तो अभी हम आते हैं सब्जेक्ट इंटीग्रेशन पे, जो फर्स्ट 21st सेंचुरी स्किल है. आज जितना होगा हमारा ये 40 मिनट में, उतना ही हम कवर करेंगे. लेकिन नेक्स्ट सैटरडे हम प्रॉपरली बहुत अच्छे से प्लानिंग करके इसके आगे के जितने भी स्किल्स है वो मैं अच्छे से कवर करूंगी. एंड अपोलोजाइज फॉर दैट. अदरवाइज अगर आप ज्वाइन करना चाहते हैं फिर से, तो हम फिर से इसी लिंक से ज्वाइन होंगे एंड फिर जो रिमेनिंग 21st सेंचुरी स्किल है वो हम कंटिन्यू करेंगे. अभी आप मुझे बता सकते हो कि आप फिर से ज्वाइन करना चाहते हो सेशन, या मैं 5 मिनट में 4 मिनट में इस सेशन को रैप अप कर दूं, एज पर योर कन्वीनियंस. Yes, anyone, one or two, any responses? क्या हम फिर से रीजॉइन करें इस सेशन के लिए, या फिर 4-5 मिनट में इसको खत्म कर दें एंड नेक्स्ट टाइम फिर सारी चीजें बहुत अच्छे से देखें? नो कमेंट्स? Okay, something is on chat. We may have detailed session next week. Okay, so we may have detailed session next week, and today for last 4 minutes we'll just wrap up with few of the 21st century skills. So subject integration. Now first thing is in 21st century skills, we need to start giving some kind of subject integration. Now subject integration means what? For example, you are teaching one subject which is biology. Now in biology, for example, you are teaching means how to integrate it. तो समझो मैं बता रही हूँ कि हार्ट जो है, हार्ट बीट एक मिनट में समझो 72 to 80 टाइम्स वो हार्ट बीट जो है वो होता है. तो फिर ये अगर एक मिनट में इतना, तो एक घंटे में कितना, एक दिन में कितना, एक वीक में कितना, तो ये कैलकुलेशन उनको करने के लिए आप बोल सकते हैं. तो बायोलॉजी एक सब्जेक्ट है, लेकिन उसमें आप उनको कैलकुलेशन बता रहे हो, मतलब मैथ्स को आप उसके साथ इंटीग्रेट कर रहे हो. तो इस तरह से आप सबसे पहले तो सब्जेक्ट जो है उसका रेलिवेंस बताएं. Now what happens is most of the time whatever taught in the book, I don't find any kind of relevance that where I will going to use it, and that's why I learn exam point of view only. And after writing an exam, because I learned it exam point of view, after writing an exam I forget it. So first thing, you need to give that relevance to the children or whoever is your learner, that where I'm going to use this particular knowledge, why I'm learning this particular thing. If you don't have clarity on your why, actually your subconscious mind will not take it seriously, and that's how you will forget it once you think that it's over. But if you will give the proper relevance, if you'll give the proper purpose, this is what is the purpose behind learning this particular thing, If you know where to implement this, then you will actually try to implement it. And once you try to implement, then you will not forget it. If you will just tell something, students may not remember. Okay, they might have hear you. If you actually make it visualize, show them some kind of pictures and all, okay, they may understand. But actually, if you make them involve in the activity or some kind of hands on or doing that particular thing, working on that particular project, theme based learning or any kind of discussion based thing, so in that case, as they were involved within the process, they may understand as well as they will remember it, and they will later on use it also. So this is how you need to actually integrate few of the subjects together, wherein the use of one subject you may have implementation in another subject, also give them relevance why you are teaching it, and you also tell them where to use that particular skill in real life. Generally what happens is, now even I remember in my school days, there were so many difficult formulas in maths, theorems and all that thing. But in real life now, so much of life I have spent, but I find that apart from few of the addition, subtraction for transaction and all, I don't use that all things, whatever difficult things for tuitions and all classes I spend a lot of money. I'm not using those mathematics at all, for which I had a lot of fear. Then why I learn that, why I spend my lot of energy, a lot of money on that? Even I am not clear with that. So first thing is, you should give them relevance, give them proper purpose, and then they will understand that that's the reason, that's why I need to use it, I need to learn this and where to implement. So here we have today only we have discussed one particular 21st century skill. Next time we will have another 21st century skills, wherein we will see how to implement and how to use it. So if you're having in just one